Hello and welcome to this edition of YES101's Visual Radio, bringing you the news. I am Hashini Patrana. And before we take a look at your news in detail, let's take a look at your headlines first.
News First headline.
Vraîe Balthazaar elected Colombo mayor. Sri Lanka must stay the course on reforms, says IMF's Geeta Gopinath. Geeta Gopinath says, let's make this the last IMF program Sri Lanka will need. In international headlines, Iran launches fresh air strikes on Israel after military figure killed in Tehran. And in your sports, it's cricket, Women's ODI World Cup. India versus Pakistan set to be played on the 5th of October in Colombo. And I want your top story this evening. In a closely watched and hotly debated vote, Vraîe Balthazaar of the National People's Power has been elected as the new mayor of Colombo, securing 61 votes in a secret ballot held during the inaugural session of the Colombo Municipal Council. Balthazaar defeated Riza Zaruk of the Samgi Janabalawegya, who received 54 votes. 2 votes were rejected. The election followed intense discussions among council members over whether the vote should be conducted openly or by secret ballot. After more than an hour of deliberation, consensus were reached to proceed with a secret vote. The Colombo Municipal Council, comprising 117 members, saw the NPP emerge as the largest party with 48 seats in the 6th of May local government elections. However, it lacked an outright majority. The inaugural session was presided over by Western Province Commissioner of Local Government, Sarangika Jayasundara. According to council procedure, the first order of business was the election of the mayor. Balthazaar's election marks a significant milestone for the NPP and for Colombo's political landscape, as she becomes one of the few women to hold the city's top municipal office. In more local news, Dr. Geeta Gopinath, the first Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, met with Sri Lankan President Anukumara Dissanayake in Colombo today to discuss the country's ongoing economic reform program. The meeting took place during her 2-day official visit, which coincides with a high-level conference titled Sri Lanka's Road to Recovery, Debt and Governance. She noted, and I quote, "We discussed Sri Lanka's strong performance on economic reforms and the importance of maintaining momentum." She emphasized the importance of maintaining reform momentum, noting that continued commitment is vital for lasting stability and prosperity for all Sri Lankans. The visit marks the first time since 2005 that a serving IMF Deputy Managing Director has visited Sri Lanka. Now we're still in local news. As Sri Lanka navigates the final stages of its current International Monetary Fund program, First Deputy Managing Director Dr. Geeta Gopinath sent a powerful message of both recognition and resolve. I quote, "This must be the last time the country turns to the IMF for economic rescue," end quote. Here is an excerpt of what she had to say.
The IMF will remain a steadfast partner of Sri Lanka, and we very much look forward to working together to improve the lives of all the citizens now and future generations. I think, again, just to conclude, and this time must be different. Like I said, we have 16 programs before, this is the 17th program for, this time must be different. As the President just said, let us ensure that this is the last IMF program Sri Lanka will have. We completely agree with that. We believe that is possible as long as Sri Lanka stays the course.
That was Dr. Geeta Gopinath. Dr. Geeta Gopinath, the FDMD of the IMF, made these remarks while speaking at a high-level policy forum in Colombo.
International news.
Now shifting your attention to the international arena, Strikes by Israel and Iran continue as the conflict between the two countries intensify. 5 people have been killed in Iran's strikes across central Israel overnight, with dozens of people injured, according to Israel's National Emergency Service. On Sunday, Israeli strikes killed the chief of Iran's armed forces intelligence unit. This comes after Israel attacked Iran early on Friday, hitting nuclear facilities, military sites and populated areas. Iran has responded with drones and ballistic missiles. US President Donald Trump says the two sides should make a deal, adding calls and meetings are taking place as the escalation stretches into a 4th day. But Iran says it will not negotiate a ceasefire while under attack. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that the issue here is not de-escalation, but stopping Iran from developing its nuclear capability. Iran's health ministry reports that at least 224 people have been killed in Israeli attacks since Friday.
Sports news.
Finally, taking a look at your sports update. The Women's ODI World Cup is set to kick off on the 30th of September 2025, with India taking on Sri Lanka at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. India's high-profile fixture against Pakistan at the neutral venue of R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo is set for the 5th of October, while their match against Bangladesh is on the 26th of October in Bengaluru. Defending champions Australia are set to start their campaign on the 1st of October at Indoor's Holkar Stadium against New Zealand, before taking on Pakistan on the 8th of October in Colombo. Australia's game against England, a rematch of the previous edition's final, is set to be played on the 22nd of October in Indore. Well, that's all the news we got for you for this hour. Stay tuned for more of the very latest. Thank you for watching.